Okay, I'm back on the 2018 Honda CRV. We got this fuse I replaced last time. There is the part number 38231. This fuse right here, and it goes right here in the underhood fuse box. So I replaced this fuse. There was no sound from the speakers. I replaced the fuse and it blew the fuse just as soon as I hooked it up without even turning the key on. So there's no sound coming from the speakers. So this is the audio amp fuse, 30 amp. Okay, now I just cut this away here, cut the plastic off of it so I could get in there and do some testing. This here, so I am hooked to a ground with my test light, and up here I have power. So I got power going all the way across this. Now I am hooked to positive because I have a short to ground. And if I reach down in there where I took out this plastic piece here. So basically, I guess what I'm saying is I should have tested this better before I just bought a fuse and put in it, but you live and you learn. So if somebody has no audio and they have a blown fuse right here, the last one, which is a 30, before just replacing that fuse, and I'm still in the middle of diagnosing this, but before just replacing that fuse, pull out that plastic piece there where you can get down in here, put your test light on positive. If you touch the ground, it lights up. So I'm gonna reach down in there and touch that other leg of the fuse. Look at that, lights up. So I have a ground there. I have a short to ground. Okay, now over here on the wiring diagrams, sound system with display, audio, and amplifier. Okay, so it's 6 pages. So on the second page, right here, fuse 1-1. Underhood, fuse relay box, left side of engine compartment, fuse 1 of 1, 30 amp. Goes down, comes over here, number 1. So we go to the next page. And number 1. Okay, so number 1 comes over, goes up to A4, pin A4. And that says audio amplifier right there. Okay, so now the audio amplifier is basically right underneath the shifter. Okay. So up under the console here, you can see right there. Hopefully you can see that. Yeah, right there is audio. So I'm gonna unplug that big one right there with the big red wire, and I assume that's my wire. I don't know though, because that looks like it's on the end. I'm going to unplug that and see if my short to ground goes away. Okay, I got that one unplugged. Now my wires are not lining up correctly with the diagram, but because the big red one is, what's this say? 10. The big red one is number 10 in there. But anyways, I've got that unplugged. I'm still hooked up to power here. Look at that, my short to ground is gone with that audio amplifier unplugged. So, unless I'm thinking wrong, that proves to me that the amp is bad. It's because with the amp plugged in, I have a short to ground. Unless when I have that plugged in, one of the other wires somewhere in the harness is shorting to that red wire. I just wish my stinking diagram wires lined up. I don't know, maybe I need to look up connector views. Okay, I was getting thrown off a little bit. You know, sometimes these wire diagram nonsense can be a little crazy. Because see, this connector here says 1, 9, 10, and 18. So I thought my big red wire was 10, so it wasn't lining up with my wiring diagrams. But when I look up the connector view, stereo amplifier connector A, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the other numbers are in the middle. So now it's lining up with my wiring diagram, number 3 red on the big one. So that is definitely the wire that goes out to my 30 amp fuse. The only thing I'm worried about a little bit is if with this plugged into the amplifier, it's causing a short on that red wire. So I think what I'm going to do, like it's causing a short on the red wire that's not coming from the amplifier, but from another wire in the harness somewhere shorted to it. So I think to prove that's not the case, I can depin this red wire, plug it back in, and then if I still don't have a short, then I'm 100% sure it's the amplifier. I'm going to depin this red one, plug it back in, check for my short again. Okay, I got it depinned right here. So now I'm just going to plug that in. All right, I got it plugged in. You can see it right there. One quick little bitty test left. If I still have a short to ground, I've got my test light hooked to battery positive. If I hit a ground, it lights up. So if I am still shorted to ground, then I have a harness problem. If I am not shorted to ground, I have an internal amp short problem. So we're gonna go right down in there, hit that wire, no short. So 100% in my mind, the amp is shorted internally, and that's our problem. We need an amp. Now, I did waste 12 bucks on a fuse when I should have done this in the first place, but I didn't. All right, so 2018 Honda CRV. If you have no speakers, come out here, check this 30 amp fuse right there. Just look through the little window. If it is blown, then to make sure you're right and you don't waste money on a fuse, access your amplifier up underneath the shifter. Either just call it an amp or do what I did, depin that red wire, which is number 3 on the connector view, but I think it was number 10 if you're looking at the numbers on the connector. Depin that, plug your connector back in, come back out here, check for a short to ground. If it's gone, you need an amplifier. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully this will help somebody. and I hope you all have a great day.